everyone, this is Sushma, Business Manager at iNogic, and today I'll be presenting to you our flagship product, Maplytics. All lines will be muted during this webinar. If you have any questions, you can use the chat window, and at the end of this session, we'll be having a Q&A session as well, where I'll be answering all of your questions. Before we dive into the session, let me give you a quick brief about iNogic. iNogic is one of the leading service providers in an ISV. We have been into the business for more than a decade now, and our blogs are also well known among the CRM community. Apart from Maplytics, we have also been focusing on building productivity apps which reduce multiple steps in CRM with one-click solutions. You can see a few of our offerings listed on the slide here. Besides developing apps, we are also a system integrator and we assist our partners and customers with offshore development services. If you would like to discuss any of your requirements for the same, you can contact us at crm@inogic.com and we'll be glad to help you. So let's take a look over the agenda for today. So we'll be starting with a quick overview about the growth of Maplytics over the years. And next we'll be seeing the market scope and impact of Maplytics. After that, I'll be giving you a quick overview about the features that I'll be covering today, which will be followed by the live demonstration of all of those features. And next, I'll be giving you a small poll where you can vote for all of your favorite features that you think. And lastly, we'll be having a Q&A session. So Maplytics is available for Microsoft Dynamics 365 version 8.2 as well as online, on-premises, IFD as well as Dataverse. So let's have a look over the growth of Maplytics over the years. Maplytics has been there for more than a decade now. We started in 2011 as a store locator and we developed it more as our team researched about the customer requirements, and of course the valuable feedback from our customers and partners contributed a lot. As we grew, we added proximity search, routing optimization, territory management, and many more features over the period. Now let's move on to understand the importance of the locational intelligence. According to the executives worldwide, the locational component in the business performance has been playing a major role in many business sectors like finance, retail, logistics, real estate, and tourism. Further, its importance is going to increase even more into the coming few years. If we look at this report, it shows that the locational intelligence is really important to the businesses irrespective of their industry verticals. Be it B2C or B2B, industries like healthcare, finance, technology, manufacturing, education, or be it any other industry, the locational intelligence has been playing a major role in the business performance. Moreover, in any business, the locational intelligence is being used by the people into various job functions. It's not just limited to the C-level corporate leaders of the company, but all the people into the R&D, operations, marketing and sales, and many other job functions. And they are utilizing the location information into their day-to-day work. Let's have a look over this chart that shows various use cases that require the locational intelligence. Use cases like data visualization, logistics, sorry, fleet routing and tracking, and many others are of great importance in various organizations. And Maplytics is one such solution that will help you to fulfill all of these use cases. Before we start with the overview of the features to be covered today, let's see a few of the examples of the impact of Maplytics into the businesses. With Maplytics in use, organizations are able to reduce mileage cost by 10 to 30%, and we all know how valuable it is to save the fuel. Scheduling field trips that used to be a tedious process earlier, with Maplytics, people are able to save 1 to 2 hours daily, and that amounts to about $800 of money each month. Moreover, while managers used to spend 4 to 5 hours on managing territories, the Maplytics has reduced it to just a few hours, and along with the better visual administration and alignment of the territories. So basically, while you are planning routines and processes, Maplytics helps you to make the most out of it. So let's just have a quick overview about the features that we'll be covering for today. So we'll start with the revamped mobile UI, that is the latest addition into our last release, which is into January 2023. So we have revamped the whole mobile UI to enhance the user experience as well as make it easier to use Maplytics features. Next, we'll be showing the comparison of the actual and proposed route. Sorry. So this feature will be very useful if you have a whole team going out on the field. So here this will help you to help you with the information of the proposed route, which is the route that was assigned to the rep, as well as the actual route that was followed by the rep on the field. So this will help you to calculate the compensation that you want to give to your rep as well. Next, we'll be seeing the ability to plot multiple data sources all together on the map. So earlier we had this limitation of plotting only a few data sources, like 3 data sources on a single map. But now we have removed this limitation, and now you will be able to plot multiple data sources together on the same map. Next, we'll be seeing the S3 support. So all of the people who are using the S3 account to see to visualize the ArcGIS feature layers, they will be able to configure the S3 account within Maplytics, and now they will be able to view all of the ArcGIS files into the map within Maplytics. After that, we'll be going through our favorite feature, which is the auto scheduling, which has been revamped again with the more interactive UI, along with the calendar-based information, as well as the trip summary panel that will help you with more information about the schedule that you have just created. Lastly, we'll be going through the territory management that will help you to create and manage territories, and you'll be able to assign those territories to your reps, the whole field rep, the sales team, or the service team. So let's start with the live demonstration of the features, and I'll start with the first thing that I have listed for today, which is the mobile UI. So let me share my screen. Okay, so I hope everyone is able to see my screen. So here I am into my demo instance, and now we'll start with the demonstration of the mobile UI that we have revamped for all of our users. So here, to access Maplytics map, you just have to go to any of the entities. Let's say I'll go for accounts over here. And here, if you click on more options, you'll be getting the map buttons over here. You can see Maplytics over here. You can click on this and you will be getting the 2 map buttons into here. So I'll go for the detail map, and this is the detail map, and we have revamped this detail map to get a better UI as well as more user friendly, as well as you will be able to experience better and use the features very easily. Now here you can see this is the map, and the main benefit of using this new mobile UI is that you will be getting a more coverage of the map into this screen. Now here you can see these 2 buttons at the bottom. You will be able to see the directions and search button. So I'll click on this search button at the bottom, and you will be able to see the plot records card. So you can see that plot records cards looks a bit similar, which is because we have kept it similar so that our existing users won't be facing any much difficulties to adapt to this new UI. Now here this is the plot records card, and we have several search options. So let's go with the search options one by one. So the first search option that you see, this is the by location. So by location means it will plot the data simply based on the addresses it has within the records. Now here you can see this is the section where we select the respective entity that we want to plot on the map. So here for the data source option, this will show me all of the entities that are within my CRM. So even if you have any custom entities, you can get that listed over here. Let's go for accounts as an example. And here you will be getting all of the views that you have within the CRM. So you will be getting this personal views, the system views, all of the system views that you have within your system, as well as the marketing list and the dashboards as well. Right. So let's go for one of the postal views that I have. So I've selected one of the personal views and I'll click on go. So this was by location option, which means that plotting the data simply based on the addresses it has within the records. Now, the records have been plotted. Now, to see more details about these records, you can simply single tap on any push pin to see this hover data. Right. Now, if you want to open the tooltip card, you can just double tap on any push pin to open this tooltip card at the bottom. Right. So this is configurable. You can add more details on the hover as well as this tooltip card. Now within the tooltip card, you can also see some actions that you can perform all of the respective push pin that you have tapped on. Along with this, you have these tooltip card actions as well that you can perform on or respective record. For example, if you want to set a phone call for that, or let's say you want to create an appointment for this, or let's say if you want to simply open this record right from map. Now if you want to go back to the map again, you can simply click outside the card on the map and the card will get closed. Now here, let's move on to some more features. So this is the place where you can select the categories. So here, let's say I'll go for industry, and here I'll choose industry and click on go. So here this will plot the multiple push pins into different colors and shapes based on what I have configured into the settings. So this is the data plotted along with the category over here. Now here you can see at the top left the corner, there are two buttons. So let's start with the first button, which is the layer menu. Layer menu basically allows you to see all of the layers that you have plotted on the map. Okay, so here you can see the accounts have been plotted on the map. Now you can choose this toggle button to show and hide the data on the map. Again, I can click outside to just close this card of the layer menu. Now the second button that you see, this is the category card. So I can click on this and now you can see the whole card has opened up. So you can see this is showing me all of the industries the record falls into. So here you can see the respective push pins that represent the respective industries. Now you can notice that I just click on this particular button and I can drag this card up and down. So here I'll be able to see map as well as card put together in order to understand which push pin represents which particular industry. Now again, you can just tap outside to close this category card. Okay, so this was the by location option. Now let's go for the next option, which is the by region option over here. So here into the by region, you will be able to plot any of the regions that you want, like postal code, city, state, country, county, whatever you want. So here, let's say I'll go for postal codes, and here I'll just put some postal codes over here. You can just put comma separated postal codes and you can put the country. Okay, and here I'll just click on go. This will plot the regions that I have just entered over here, and this will allow me to see all of these records that belong to that particular postal codes that I have entered. Right, so this was by region option over here. Now here you can go for the next option, which is the template option. So this is the template option, and template option basically saves a lot of time. So here, while you are searching something very frequently, you can just search it once and then you will be able to save that as a template, and you can simply select that template right over here and you can plot the template directly. So this saves your time if you are searching something again and again on the map. So you can just search it once and save it as a template and plot that template directly using this particular by template option. So these were the three search criteria that we have. Now here I can just click. Also, if you have opened the card, the search, the plot records card, you can simply click on the search button over here to go back to the map again. Likewise, you can go for the card again if you click on the search button. So the card will get opened, right? So now you have these options over here. Now let's start with them some more features over here. And yeah, also the three buttons at the topmost corner at the right hand side, you have this a map mode as well. If you want to switch to the aerial mode, you can do so using this button. And here, if you want to go for your own location, you can click on locate me button. That will fetch your current GPS location over here, and that will allow you to fetch your current GPS locations and will be plotted on the map as the current location over here. Right. Now the last option over here at the right hand side, which is the refresh map. If I just click on that, this map will get refreshed over here. Now let's move on to some more features that you can access within the mobile UI. Like for example, if you want to create a route on the map. Okay, so here you can just search for some records, and here the I have selected the by location option. So I have selected some records over here and have plotted the records using by location option. Now let's move on to the routing optimization. So here, while you are searching the records on the map, you can just create a route over here. So here, what you can do is that you can open the contextual menu. So you have to long press on any required record, or it could be a location as well. So you can just long press on the location and you have to select these options. You can choose set as origin, set as destination, or the add to route. You might face a bit lagging, the screen might be a bit lagging. I'll just go slow. So here you have these options, set as origin, set as destination, or adding to a route. I'll choose add to route over here. Now I have selected one waypoint. Now here you can notice that the route has created with three waypoints, but I have selected only one waypoint. The reason for this is that into the settings, every Maplytics user has the freedom to select the default the origin and destination. So this is very useful in case your field rep team, let me just reconnect. This is very useful in case your field rep team is starting their day every day from a certain location and then ending their day to another location, and these locations are the constant every day. In that case, you will be able to use those locations to be the default locations into the settings. While you are creating the route for yourself, those locations will be fetched by default over this map over here. So you can see that the two map buttons have been the two locations have been fetched over here, and I have added one record as a waypoint. Now similarly, I can right click, basically long press on some more records, and I'll be able to add some more records as the waypoint into the route. So let's just choose some more records. Okay, so here I have selected some records, and here you can see if I open this direction card, you will be able to see all of these records have been added as the waypoints. So I have, yeah, so you can see these records have been added as waypoints over here. Now you can see this options button over here. If I click on this, I'll be getting the options like if I want to optimize my direction using uh, the route based on the shortest distance or shortest time. If I want to avoid the toll roads, avoid highways. If I want to see the traffic on the map, I can do so. So all of these options are available. If I click on go, this will give me the optimized route based on the selection of the clients or the locations that I have done for this particular route. Now here the route has been created over here. Once you have created the route, you will also be able to save this route on the map, right from the map. So I'll just go for the direction card again, the button at the left bottom. Now here you have this save button. You can see the floppy icon over here. I can click on the save button and this will allow me to save this route within the CRM. So the window will get opened and it will ask you to the name for that. So here you can just give it a name and you can select the respective date when you have to go and follow this route. You can select yourself or you can select your colleague or the subordinate as well. So this is how you will be able to save this route right from the map itself. Now, moving ahead, while the salesperson is out on the field, they will be facing some situations for which they didn't plan for. For example, they have some spare time to spend on some extra meetings due to, let's say, any meeting getting cancelled, or let's say any meeting getting finished earlier. Likewise, for the service reps, in case any services was done earlier than expected. So in those cases, they might have the spare time that they can utilize to connect with another person. So here, what they have is that if I go for the options, so I have this button along the route. Right, so you might be familiar with this feature. Here, if I click on this, this will show me the default distance, which is from the settings, the configuration detail record of the logged in user. You can surely change this. Now I have selected this and I have clicked on go. Now, what is along the route? As the name suggests, it will filter out the records that belong to zero point 0.5 miles of distance from the route. So you can see that rest all of the push pins have disappeared. Only the push pins that belong to zero point 0.5 miles of distance from the route has appeared over here. Right. So this is very useful while your field service team or the field sales team is out on the field. If they want to search for more clients within the near vicinity, they can just use this along the route feature and they can just single tap on the records or they can double tap on the records to see more details about these particular records over here, right? And further they can also use this phone function to call the person and check whether he's available for a meeting or not, and they can simply add an extra record to the route. So they can just double tap. So here, yeah, so they can just double tap and sorry, single tap the long press on the record, and this will sorry, I'll just close this tooltip card. Okay, so here I'm closing this tooltip card now, and you can simply select another record, an extra record, in order to add that record to the respective route. So here I am adding this to the route. Now here, if you go to the direction card and click on go, this will give you the optimized route created based on the addition of the new record that you have done for the respective route. Now that you have made some changes, you can also update the route that you had earlier saved. So here we have this option into the direction card, which is open saved route, right? I can click on this and this will allow me to select a particular date, or you can select a range of date as well. So I'm selecting a range of date and this will give me all of the routes that have been created, and you can simply update the button, click on update, and this will update the route record that you had created earlier. So this was the along the route feature. Now let's say you do not find much results into this along the route feature. So in that case, you will be able to use another feature right from the map, which is the proximity search. So here what you can do is that right click on any particular location. Let's say the field rep is traveling on the route and he's somewhere over here. So they can just right click the long press on that particular location and they can select to be the current location. Now, while they are out on the field, they can also use this button at the right top corner, which is the current locate me option. This will give them more relevant relevant data, because this will fetch their current GPS location and set it as the current location on the map. So this will give them the relevant data that are within the surroundings of their own current GPS location. Okay, so here I have selected one location to be the current location. Now I have to put some radii over here. So here I'll put some radii. So you can put at a max of 3 radii over here and you can click on go. So this will plot the proximity circles. Two proximity circles will be plotted based on the two radii that I have added. Okay, so here you can see the proximity circles. Now, first of all, just by looking at it, you are able to understand which pushpin is near or far in terms of traveling to those pushpins. Sorry, in terms of a straight line from the respective current location. So you will be getting a high level overview which client is near or far from your current location. Now, a very important information it will give, which is the line of sight distance. This is the straight line distance from the current location. So you can just hover, basically single tap on any push pins to see the hover data, to see this line of sight distance for the respective record, or else you can simply double click on the push pin to see this data of line of sight distance for the respective record. Now, in case you are searching for the records, because you are searching for the records in order to add them and go and meet those people, in that case the straight line distance won't be the practical distance that you will be traveling, which is why we have given this option of show travel distance. So I selected the show travel distance and now it will be calculating the shortest travel distance from the current location to each of the push pins, and now it will give you the two distances, the shortest travel distance as well as the straight line distance as well on the same map. So this will give you better idea on which client is near or far in terms of traveling to those particular client locations as well. And based on that, you will be able to judge better which pushpin, which client is near to you, and you will be able to add an extra record to the route and you can further meet them. Now, so here you can see the result has been plotted. Now, if I single tap on any record, you will be able to see this hover data containing the shortest travel distance as well. And similarly, if I double tap on any record, you will be, just a second. So here you will be able to see the respective data into this card as well, the shortest travel distance as well as the line of sight distance. Okay, so here you can see these details and you can further judge which pushpin is near or far in terms of traveling to those pushpins, and you can just long press on the record and you will be able to add an extra record to the route. Now, moving ahead to the last feature of this mobile UI, which is the point of interest location. So point of interest location is a very interesting feature because it will help you to search for all of the geotagged Bing map locations that you have within the surroundings. So let's say your client has asked for a particular location and the person wants to meet somewhere outside on the of the office. So what you can do is that you can just use your location to be the POI location and you'll be able to search the POI location from this feature. So you can see these icons over here. Let's say you want to conduct a meeting at a cafe with your client. So you can just search for all of the cafe nearby. Or let's say if you want to grab some lunch over here, so you can just choose the restaurant icon and you can go ahead sorry, you can go ahead with the respective icons that we have listed into this POI option. Now here you also have this other option. So here you can see all of the list of the locations that are over here and you can just select these locations and you will be able to get the list of the locations plotted on the map for the respective selection. So here, if in case you're not able to find a particular location, you can simply enter a keyword in order to get that location plotted on the map. Right. So here you can see all of these locations have been plotted. Now here you can single tap or double tap on the respective the icons and you will be able to see some more details about these particular restaurant or the cafe. Now let's say in some cases any of these prospects, these POI locations can become prospects for you in case, so any businesses that you come across using this POI location, so you will be able to save them as a record into your CRM as well. Right, so this will help you to save any point of interest location within the CRM as well. So this was all of the mobile UI. I hope you like this mobile UI, and I'll be looking forward to your valuable feedback on this mobile UI as well. Now let's move on to the to the next feature that we have listed for today, which is the actual versus proposed route. So here I'll go for the activity entity. Sorry, and here I can just search for a route that I have been assigned. Okay, so here, so let it just load. Okay, so here within the activity entity, we have all of these the routes that has been created using Maplytics. So you can just go for the route. Just a second, I'll just switch to the read-only grid, and here let me just search for a route that I have already created. So I have opened one of the route over here, and now I can simply use the more button to plot this route. Okay, so now what I'm going to do over here is to share the perspective of the salesperson, what they need to do. So what they need to do is that while they are out on the field, they are going to meet all of these clients. So they can just open the route and they can plot this route on the map. Right. So now to go and follow this route, they will be having to get the turn by turn directions for the route. Okay, so here I have plotted the route on the map. Now I'll simply go for the direction card at the bottom, and here if I just scroll down, you have this little button for navigation. I'll click on this, and now you can see this particular window looks a bit different. Why? Because we have added this new button into our latest release, January 2023. So here you can see the start trip. So what the salesperson would do is that they can simply start the trip while they are going to meet any particular client. So they will be going for the respective turn by turn directions, and then while they're ending the trip, ending the meeting, they can simply come back to the car and stop the trip over here. Right, similarly they can do so for the rest of the meetings as well. Start the trip, and once they have finished the meeting, they can simply come and stop the trip over here. Now what happens into the backend with the feature of real-time tracking within Maplytics, they will be able to uh, uh, the Maplytics will be able to track these people, the people who are outside on the field and meeting these people. So the Maplytics will be tracking all of these salesperson or the field service people in order to get a very important information, is the actual distance and the time that was covered within the field. So here, let me go to the let me go to the desktop, and here you can see I've opened one of the record. I have opened the image of a record of the route. So here what happens is that once the tracking has been done, you will be able to, the reporting manager will be able to see this very important information within the record itself. Okay, so here you can see this is showing me the estimated travel distance and time. Okay, so this is the estimated distance and time, which means that this is based on the route that was given to the salesperson. Okay, and now you have this very important information, which is the actual travel distance and travel time. So which means that there might be situations that based on some reasons, there might be differences between the actual and the proposed distance and time that they were supposed to follow on the route. So based on that, this will give you the actual distance and the time that was traveled on the field, and this will help you to calculate the compensation that you have to give based on the time and distance they have traveled on the field. right? So you will be able to get this information for all of the routes that the salesperson has traveled on the field, and this you can just import this from the CRM, and you can use this information to calculate the compensation that you have to give to your field rep team. So this was the feature of actual versus proposed route. Now let's move on to the next feature, which is the multiple data source support. Okay, so here I'll just open the detail map, and here I'll just choose the multiple data sources. So earlier we had this limit of having only 3 data sources to be plotted over here, but now we have removed this limitation, and now you will be able to plot multiple data sources all together on the map. So let's say you want to interact with multiple data sources, multiple entities all together on the map. So in that case, you will be able to add your required entities on the map, and you'll be able to plot all of them together on the same map. So here, let me choose, let's say, cases. I'll choose another one. So here, let's go for leads. Now here you can see I have plotted 5 entities together. So let's click on search. So this will plot all of these 5 entities on the map all together on the same map. So this will help me to plot multiple entity records together, and you can see this layer menu. You can also show and hide these records using this toggle button, and you can further go ahead and drill down within this records. So you can perform the proximity search, or let's say you want to perform the mass actions to send mass invites over here, or let's say you want to create a combination of all of these records to form a route for your field rep. So whatever actions that you want to perform on multiple entities together, that will now be possible with this ability of plotting multiple entities on the same map. Now let's move on to the next feature which I have listed for today, which is the S3 support. So all of the organizations that are using the S3 account in order to get the geographical insights using this ArcGIS files, they will be able to configure the S3 account within Maplytics now. And now I'll just go for the Maplytics app and then settings and the Maplytics configuration detail record. So here one record does not have its user. So this is the default configuration detail record. Okay, so here I'll go for the tab ArcGIS. So you can see some credentials over here. So you can use the ArcGIS, the S3 account credentials over here in order to configure your S3 account within Maplytics. Once you have done this and you have successfully configured the S3 account, you will be able to access your ArcGIS files using the Maplytics map within the feature of overlay. Now, overlay might be a familiar word for you. Overlay is an existing feature into Maplytics where we have added a third option over here. So earlier only territory and files were available. Now we have added this third option, which is the ArcGIS files. Now here I can choose any ArcGIS files that are within my S3 account. So it has been fetched over this particular list. Okay, so here let's say I'll choose this particular file, and here you can also choose the any attribute to be the category attribute. Basically color code your regions based on any attribute. Further, I can select the summary attributes as well, those attributes that are shown whenever you click on any region. So you can see this is how the file looks like. So you will be able to all of these, you will be able to access all of the files that you have within your S3 account, and you'll be able to see those ArcGIS files on the map. So this was one of the files, and we support the polyline file as well as the polypoint file as well. So here I have several examples for that. So let's say I'll choose this file. So this is a pushpin layer. So if I click on search, this will plot the pushpins. So you can see this is also ArcGIS file. So you can see these pushpins over here. Likewise, we also support the polyline file as well. So I have an example for that. So let's choose that. So here I can click on search. So you can see This line, this is a polyline file. So this is how you can access all of the ArcGIS files right from the SD account after you have configured successfully the SD account that you have. So this was the feature of SRE support that we have enabled into our latest release, January, and you can just upgrade to the latest solution to access all of these latest features that we have added to the latest release. Okay, now let's move on to the last two features, which is the auto scheduling. So I'll just refresh this map. And here auto scheduling is an automated feature that will help you to create multi-user, multi-day schedules for the whole team, the sales team or the field service team, and you will be able to consider the respective preferences for your team as well. So I have plotted some records over here, and here I'll just go for the mass actions. So here I'll click on the auto scheduling, and this will consider all of the records that you have plotted on the map. Okay, so here I'll click on confirm, and here this will lead me to the auto scheduling section. So this is the auto scheduling card that will help you to select the preferences that you have based on your team. So here you can select when the schedule should be started, and you can select the respective salesperson that you are scheduling for. So here let's say I'll choose two salespeople. So here you can select multiple salesperson or the multiple resources within the field service CRM. Okay, so here you can further select the duration. So if you have multiple records that cannot be covered into a single day, you can also choose multiple days to cover the records over a span of days as well. So here I have chosen a 1 week, let's say, and here you can choose the duration of the individual meeting, further the start time, end time, break time within the day, and the break duration, and the buffer time that gets added to the schedule so as to make sure that the salesperson or the field service person is right on time. Now, lastly, we have these options to select which of the days your team is working. Now, here we have another very important feature, which is considering the existing meeting, which means that if there are any existing appointments or the existing bookable resource bookings already created on the name of the selected salesperson or the selected service person, in that case you will be able to consider those appointments or the bookable resource bookings as well, right? So this basically ensures that the respective availability has been considered for the respective selected people. Now here I am into the advanced preferences, and that will help me to see some more details regarding the user as well as the respective records. So you can see user details. So this will help me to see these user details over here. So this comes from the configuration detail record where your sales rep or the field service rep has enabled default origin and destination locations. This has got fetched by default. You can surely change this as well. Now here you have to select the respective number of meetings per day. Let's say I'll go for 4. Now here I'll be explaining this in a while. Now here we have several more options over here. These are nothing but the records on which we are running this auto scheduling. Okay, so here I can just put in some value. I can filter my records. If I want, I can deselect some of them if I do not want to consider them. If there are any particular meeting or any particular service might take a different time duration to complete it, so you can change the meeting duration for individual meetings or the services as well. Now, the third option is the consider existing meeting. So if I enable this option, you can see all of the existing appointments that are already created for the on the name of these selected salesperson. In case of field service CRM, you'll be able to see the list of the bookable resource bookings that are available on the name of the selected resources. Okay, so now let's move on to the last options that we left earlier. So what is reschedule existing meeting? Rescheduling existing meetings means if it's okay to make the changes to the existing meetings, let's say the due date or the owner of the meeting, then you can keep it as yes. If not, you can just keep it as no. Now, what is continuous schedule? Continuous schedule is basically used whenever you are creating the schedule for more than a day. So, for example, the salesperson starts his journey somewhere over here, and by the end of the first day, the person reaches till here. Now, to start the second day, instead of going back to the origin of the first day, the person can simply start the second day from the destination of the first day. This is what we call to be a continuous schedule, which means that the salesperson or the service person is not supposed to go back to the origin every day. Let's say in some cases they are supposed to go back. For example, let's say every day they need to go back to the office to report all of their activities into the day. So in that case, you can just keep it as no. In case they are not supposed to go back to the origin, they can simply continue right from where they ended the previous day. So that you can just keep it as yes. So you can choose all of these options, and now you can click on proceed. So I'll just choose this, deselect this just to make it quicker. Now, this will make sure that all of the preferences that you have entered over here will be considered while creating this schedule. And now you will be able to get the optimized schedule for the respective salesperson or the service person that you have selected. And this will make sure that the field rep is traveling the least amount of time on the field. So here you can see the route has been created over here. Now you can see the two options, William and Sam. So by default, William has been selected and the respective details are there into this calendar. So this is the latest edition, this calendar format as well as the trip summary. So whatever user has been selected over here, you will be able to see the respective meeting details into this calendar format, and the respective meeting details will be shown into this trip summary as well. You will be getting the respective trip summary for the same meeting detail that has been shown over here. You can also click on down arrow, and this will allow you to see the turn by turn directions for the respective meeting as well. Now I can just click on next, and this will give me the details of the next day. So you'll be able to see how does the next day look like for William. So if you want to switch to the other user, which is Sam, you can just choose Sam over here, and you'll be able to see how the day looks like for Sam. So this is the legend card that will allow you to understand which color shows which of the respective user. Now you can see week based calendar as well. So you will be able to see the respective routes for the whole week as well. Right. Now you can also switch to the other user, or you can switch to the next week in order to see the respective routes for the next week. So this will allow you to understand how the week looks like for the respective salesperson or the service person that you have selected. So these routes and the appointments have not been saved yet. To save it, you can just click on create, and this will allow you to create the respective appointments, service activities, or the bookable resource bookings within the field service. So here I'll choose appointments, select the subject, date, and further the priority, and you will be able to click on create routes and click on create. So this will allow you to save all of these routes and the appointments within the CRM itself. So once you have created the routes and the appointments within the CRM, the sales team or the service team can simply go to the activities, and they will be able to see all of the routes that have been created using the Maplytics. So here you can see appointments and the routes that have been created, and further into the field service CRM, you'll also be able to see the bookable resource bookings into the schedule board as well. So your field rep team will be able to access these routes, and like you saw earlier, they can just open the route and plot the route directly in order to use the turn by turn directions to go and meet all of these people. So this was the feature of auto scheduling. Now let's move on to the last feature of this webinar, the territory management. So here I'll just go for the territory management using the detail map. So we have this territory management application within Maplytics to create and manage territories in order to assign those territories to your respective field service team or the field sales team. So this is the territory management section, and here we have several options over here. Right, so let's go for the by file. You can see the supported file formats. So file, basically the shapefile or Excel files are the files that basically allow you to see the region boundaries on the map. So here I have selected one of the files that I had for the New York. So here you can see the postal codes have been plotted on the map. Now you can simply select these regions. I can right click on it and you will be able to create territories out of it. So you can just give the name. You can select the person to be the manager right from here. So you can create territories by just by selecting all of these. In fact, you can also select multiple postal codes together to create a territory. So basically your territories could be a combination of multiple postal codes as well. Right. Now, one of the most important features that we have is to create the territories automatically based on the distribution of the records, the clients that you have. So here what I did is that I have plotted some records. These are my clients that exist into the Staten Island. Now, what I'll do is that I'll select all of these records regions over here, and now I'll just right click on the regions, and here I'll click on create territory. So here we have this option of multiple territory. Let's say I have three salespeople and I want to create three territories based on the distribution of the clients. So you can see three territories have been given over here. You can also see those territories listed over here. You can just change the name right from here. You can also select a territory manager for your territory right from the map. Moreover, you can also change the color of the territories right from map. Right, now let's say these territories are okay for you and you want to save these territories, so you can just click on create. These territories will get created into the CRM. Moreover, once you confirm this, it will get created, as well as it will ask you whether you want to assign all of these territories to the respective records. So within a few clicks, you are able to create balanced territories based on the distribution of the records automatically. Moreover, within a single click, you are able to assign these territories to the respective records as well. Okay, now let's say you want to spend some more time on these territories. So you can just save these territories as draft territory and come back later, plot the draft territory again, and you'll be able to pick up your work right from you left earlier. Now, the last option is realignment. So here you can choose, let's say I have four salespeople and I want to create four different territories based on the distribution of the same records. So here you can see four territories have been given over here. Now here you can also change the color again and you will be able to change the name, select the territory manager for your territories, and now if you're okay with these territories, you can just click on create. This will allow you to create these territories as well as assign these territories to the respective records. So this was the automatic territory creation. Apart from these, we have other options into the territory management in order to create the territories as per your requirement. So here one of the option is by region that will allow you to create multiple territories based on the regions that you have. For example, I'll just choose state over here. I'll just put some just the states, and here I'll put the country, and here I'll just click on plot. This will plot all of the states that I have entered over here, and here I can select these states. I can right click on it and create a territory. Similarly, I can also choose multiple states and create territory out of it. Right, now here we also have this option of by drawing. Let's say you want to just draw a shape on the map and you want to create territory for that. So you can just use this drawing tool and you'll be able to draw these shapes, select these, and then create a territory out of it. Right, so you can see that the territory can be a combination of the by drawing by region, as well as by file options. So basically, your territory can be a combination of all of these three options that we have listed over here. Now, moving over, we have this option of alignment of the territories as well. So we have this option of by territory. So you can just plot the territories that you already have into your CRM. So let me just plot some of the territories. So here I have several territories that I've already created into the CRM, and now I'll click on plot. So here what we have is the two options, that is move to and copy to. So for example, I'll just want to just save this particular region to be a part of another territory. So I can just move this and I can select another territory and click on proceed. What will happen that this particular region will be removed from the current territory and it will be moved to another territory that you have selected because it was a move to. Now similarly, we also have this option of copy to. So for example, I'll choose copy to and I'll select another territory. Now what will happen, this particular region will be copied to another territory, as well as this region will remain into the current territory as well because it was a copy to. So this is how you will be able to align your territories to get the proper distribution of the regions. Now, the last option over here is the by overlay. So here you can choose any particular files that you have within your system and you will be able to overlay that over this existing layer of data, that is territories. So the use of overlay is that you can also plot your census files as well. So I have plotted one of the file that contains the population data. So you can see I have selected population to be the category over here, which means that it has color coded the regions based on the ranges of population. So here you can see which particular regions have the most of the population. You can just select these regions and right click on them and create a territory out of it. So this, the use of this is that whenever you have your own census files, you'll be able to focus on your target audience. Like for example, if you are target audience are a particular income level people, or a particular gender, or a particular age group of the people, so you can have your own census data as well. You'll be able to save those census data files within the directory entity, and you'll be able to plot your data or plot this file on the map. So you can see where your current territories are, and you can see where your target audience are, and you will be able to select these regions and create a territories out of it. So this will help you to focus on these more market areas, and you will be able to create your territories into new regions as well. So once you have created the territories using the territory management, so you'll be able to plot those territories as well, which means that after you have created the territories, the respective sales team or field service team will be able to plot these territories on the map. So here I'll just choose some of the territories over here that I've already created into the CRM, and here I'll just plot these territories. So the field rep team can access these territories. You can also control within the settings whether your territory managers should be able to see all of the territories that have been created into the CRM, or if they should be able to see only those territories for which they are territory managers. So this is how you can see the territories. You can also click on any of these territories to get the summary card as well. So you'll be able to see who has been assigned with this territory and what is the performance of the respective territory management manager. So this is how the field rep team as well can access their territories. They will be able to get more information about the records, the clients that they are responsible for, and they can go ahead and create a route to all of these, to meet all of these people. So this was the last feature of this webinar, which is the territory management, and this will help you to create and manage territories based on your records that you have within your CRM. So I'll just start a quick poll, and here just vote for the features that you think will be the most useful, or if you are already using this Maplytics, let me know which of the features that you are using already the most. So I'll be waiting for a few minutes. You can just vote in for the features that you would like to use the most or you are using most. So please vote for the features that you think would be the most useful, or if you are using it already, please vote for the features that you are using the most. So I'll be waiting for a few seconds more. Please choose the features that you think will be the most useful. Okay, then everybody has voted in already, so I'll just close this poll. Thank you so much for voting this. And let's start with the Q&A session. You can just type in into the chat window so that I can answer all of your queries. Let me know if you have any questions. Please type in if you have any questions so that I can answer it for you. Brad has asked a question if I can filter the ArcGIS files as per my requirement. Okay, so you can configure and you can make changes to the ArcGIS files within the S3 account, and whatever changes that you have done, whatever configurations that you have done into the S3 accounts, you'll be able to plot that particular S3 account right from Maplytics. So all of the configured files will be available within the overlay feature, where you can access those files to plot on the map. Robert has asked whether I can create territories using the S3 layers. Yeah, if you are plotting the ArcGIS files, you will be able to create territories using the ArcGIS files. You can just select these regions and you will be able to create those regions to be a territory. Jeff has asked, can we do auto scheduling for work orders and create bookable resource bookings? Yes, you can do so within the field service. Maplytics basically work for field service module as well. So you'll be able to plot your work orders and then schedule them in order to create the optimized schedule using the auto scheduling, and then you will be able to create bookable resource bookings as well. Please type in if you have any questions. Andrew has asked a question, can you assign territories to custom entities? Yes, you can plot your custom entities within Maplytics maps as well, and you will be able to create territories for assignment to the respective custom entities as well. So we have this territory assignment workflow already created by default for the accounts. So you can create the territory assignment workflow for the rest of the custom entities as well, and you will be able to assign your territories to the custom entities as well. Jonathan has asked how many data sources can we plot. So we do not have any limit as of now for the data sources. So you can plot multiple data sources, multiple entities all together on the same map. So let me know if you have any questions so that I can answer it for you. Please type in if you have any questions. Okay, I have listed a few questions for you. So do we need the purchase Maplytics Bing Maps license within Maplytics? So if you are purchasing Maplytics subscription, the Bing Map licenses will be included within the Maplytics license itself. What Microsoft Dynamics products do you support? So Maplytics is supported within the Microsoft Dynamics CRM, on-premise, online, the Dataverse, as well as IoT. What are your support hours? So support hours are from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. IST, but however, we stretch our hours as well, as we have the clients all over the globe, from Australia to Europe as well as USA. So you can rest assured for the supporting hours, as we have never received any complaint regarding the supporting hours. Now here we have another question. Can I create overlapping territories for my sales team and service teams? So yeah, many of the situations need to have the overlapping territories for the same locations, and that is available into Maplytics as well. You can create overlapping territories as well as you'll be able to see the hierarchical territories as well. Can I plot records from multiple entities on the same map? So yeah, like we have removed the limitation, you will be now be able to plot multiple data sources all together on the same map. Can we use Maplytics in mobile to view the route and follow it? So while you are out on the field, you can use Maplytics within the mobile or the tablets. So you can just download the Dynamic CRM app for phones or Dynamic CRM sales app or the field service app, and you'll be able to access Maplytics by credentials of your CRM, and you can just use Maplytics mobile UI just the way I showed you at the starting of this webinar. So looks like we have answered all of these queries over here, and you can always go to our Maplytics website where we have listed down the all of the customer success stories as well as the testimonials that we have received from our very valuable customers and the partners, among which we have one of the customers that I would like to share, which is re-employability. They work for the return to work program where they use Maplytics in order to search for the light duty assignments that are within the nearby surroundings of the injured workers in order to help them to assign this line of light duty assignments and get those workers get back to the work. So these are the testimonials that we have received from our partners. You can go through the website to see all of these. And if you're new, you can just go ahead with the Maplytics website or the Microsoft AppSource, where you will be getting the latest solution uploaded there. You can just download and install the latest solution within your CRM and activate a free trial of Maplytics. And let me know if you need a demonstration of Maplytics features, especially based on your requirements. I'll be glad to schedule a call for the same. Thank you so much for joining this webinar, and we'll be meeting again for some another webinar that will be towards after a few months for another release that we'll be having in a few months. And till then, I'll be looking forward to your valuable feedback, especially on our mobile UI and the latest features that we have added into our last release. And let me know if you need any help or any demonstration. If you need, I'll be glad to schedule a call. So let me know if you need a customized demo, and will be in touch on the mails. And let's connect again for another webinar into a few months. Until then, take care. Bye bye.